Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cycling, this is Let's Play Train Simulator, and let's just get into this 90-minute scenario. I took a quick look at the scenario the scenario goals, I should say, and timings and all that. And the timings are actually not as tight as the schedule, as the description suggests that they are. It actually seems looser than the first scenario, which I had one or two very tight timings in. So I don't think this scenario is going to be a huge problem, but it is going to be about 85 minutes of gameplay. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and split this into half. So somewhere about the 40-minute point, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a scenario. We're going to call it a video. We're going to go ahead and do the second one. That way we don't have a problem with a long video that no one wants to sit through. We can possibly do it in two chunks then. I know some of the other videos I've done recently, like for other routes, have been longer, but when I'm conscious of it, I want to go ahead and split them up. So we're going to make this a two-part video, I think. We're going to have the second part come out tomorrow. The first part will be out now. The second part will be out tomorrow, or maybe even later the same day. I don't know yet. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and start doing the Quantock Belle special. Using a Class 33 diesel unit, number D6575. Drive the Quantock Belle special on an evening trip to Minehead with a tight timetable. It's not really that tight. And a little bit of shunting beforehand. It's about 10 minutes of shunting. Let's get to work, shall we? Well, we know where lunch is served. Good evening. To get the train ready, well, it's not lunch, we'll need to do a bit of shunting. The coaches are in the bay platform at the station, and we need to be ready for a prompt departure before 8 p.m. Close this message, continue. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring up the HUD quickly. We're going to go ahead and get the engine moving as soon as the brakes decide to release and we get enough RPMs out of it. We're going to get up to 10 as quick as we can. We're going to get to a lower RPM stat as quick as we can. Pardon me. So we're going to hold for a moment here at 4% throttle, it looks like. You can see where we're heading. Bishop's Lydeard QB siding, and that is indeed our coupling location. We're going to drop off the coaches at the up platform. We're then going to head to Station Shunt 2, which is going to require a little bit of moving about and requesting the pass signals. Then we're going to couple to the trains. We're going to open the doors. We're going to start our service. That's basically what's going to happen. So, first step is actually get the coaches. I'm going to be slowing down as we enter the siding so I don't literally crash into the coaches. They are pushed back almost as far as you can go into the siding, I believe. Let's look at the front of the train here just so you know what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. Back in. If you want to know the window view, there you go. But we have a good view at the front here, so I'm not going to be using the window view today. So now I'm going to slow down just a bit. I think 4 is a good start for slowing down until I get a little closer. There we go. Slow down a bit more now. We're just trying to coast into the coaches. There we go. The coaches need shunting into the platform ready for boarding once they're uncoupled and prepare to run around them to get to the front. And as I said, they were pushed almost as far back as you could go. And I'm not moving. I feel like I went into an emergency brake and didn't realize it. Can I go? It didn't want to go. You notice the problem there? I thought I had an emergency brake setting for a moment. So something happened there. Maybe I did go to emergency brake setting. I don't know. I must have hit backspace by accident or something. Because I didn't think I hit an emergency brake, but somehow I had 100% brakes. So we're going to get these coaches out here. This might impact the start of the service, which means I would have to probably start over because I don't know why I had a sudden slowdown like that. That would be unfortunate. So let's hope that's not the case. Let's try to finish getting these coaches out and into place. So we should be able to move forward now. We actually have to get to the upsiding here, I believe. No, we don't, actually. We can just stop. Just stop. Don't pass any signals. There's a red signal back there. We're not allowed to pass that. Stop train. Please stop. Thank you very much. So we don't have to wait here because there's no goal. So we're just going to go straight ahead forward. And off we go. We can go forward up to 10 if we want to. We probably don't want to, but I'm up to it anyway. Gonna need a little more gas here. So now we're entering the up station platform. And we're going to go ahead and continue onwards until the back of our train passes the shunt spot back here. Technically our engine. Once our engine passes the shunt spot, we can come to a stop. I'm going to start slowing down now. We should be good at this point if I center on where the train is. We are not good. We are not good. We have to keep going just a little more. Well, things are not going perfectly today, are they? Put a little power on. Let's, there, now it's clear. Now it's happy. Now they're happy. Okay. We're going to uncouple the engines right here. And that's that. Excellent work. To run around the train, we must request permission from the signalman. If you are facing the coaches, press Control Tab. If you're facing away from the coaches, press Tab. If you are using the controller, forget that. Control Tab it is. We are approved. We're going to move into reverse. We're going to go forward. I'm going to remove the coupling view. Going to stay at 10 just in case there is a further limit here. I'm going to follow it properly and go into the station shunt here. And like that, we have our green signal to move ahead, so we are good to go. I'm going to get back in the cab. Let's keep the brakes on for a moment. And let's go forward. So the right lane is now closed. We just came from there. Those are the coaches we're picking up. 15 is our station limit. So we cannot exceed 15 on this platform, or on this through track. Technically it is the down platform, but... Oh, because it's further ahead. Okay, it looks different because it's further ahead. There we go. So down platform is up here. We got 3 minutes to start our service. We have a green to proceed to the station shunt, which is up ahead. That lane will close as we pass it. And we'll go to the other lane. We're going to have to request to pass. So I'm going to start slowing down now. Actually, I have to stop at station shunt, so I don't need to hurry the slowdown. I know where I'm stopping. I'm stopping all the way back here. here we are. Brakes right here. If I look at the top of the train, I'm not quite behind the signal yet. So I'm going to have to actually probably request to pass. So, but you know what? I think I'm okay because I'm still within the signal property and I don't need to actually work with it. If I put it into reverse, to enter the station, you know what? I'm going to do it properly. We're going to go forward just a wee bit, request properly to make sure that we clear everything. I don't know if I'm beyond the signal yet. Okay, that'll do. That'll do nicely. Now if I hit reverse and I try to start going, I'm going to notice request pass. That's not request pass. That is request pass. We've been approved and we can go now. Now since I was still within the signal area, I could have actually gone without requesting, but I wanted to show it to you properly. I just didn't go far enough to do so. So let's back up to the train very quickly and get ourselves going. I made this a little more challenging for myself now because I have to actually get there quickly and I have to hit the brakes quickly. So, this is going to be fun. Get a better view as we come closer. As soon as I connect, the doors are being opened. So I've slowed down a little bit. I need to hurry up and connect though because I'm running out of time. And there we are. Doors are open. We are ready for service. Passengers are now boarding. So back in the cab of the train, we're going to go ahead and get the train set up for service. Basically, I'm going to lower the brakes about 20%, which is what I just did. Reverser is up. Check in the back of the train. We see the entire train is on the platform. Passengers aboard. Next stop, Crowcombe, Heathfield. Well, I don't need to tell you that now. We are leaving Bishop's Lydeard, and guess where we're going? We will be there in about 3.5 miles. We have to be there by 20:07. We're currently scheduled to be there at 20:08 by our ETA. That's not good. So we've gotten our speed up to 15. That's what I want to do. For the joy of the passengers, we'll blow the horn once there. And we're going to go ahead and enter the 25. And we're going to be on our way. ETA is dropping already, which is good news. Again, we have a very malleable throttle control here, so we're going to be able to get an exact percentage if we know an exact percentage we want to work with. I don't yet. Not for this service anyway. We can go 25 now, as you may have noticed, so I'm going to get our speed up to 25. And we're going to see if we can get there just a little earlier, because this is suggested to be a tight service. I believe it's a 9-minute drive for the Hull in the previous scenario, though, so I kind of don't know why it would be a 12-minute drive right now. We're going to go ahead and just get ourselves up to speed as quick as I can. There might be a train in the station. That could be the problem. We have a crossing coming up here. looks like I lost some speed getting you that screenshot. I did not think I was going to lose that much speed, so that is actually going to impact me even more. But so be it. I had a moment where I sneezed, and I didn't want you to have to hear that, so I got you that instead. I'm a courteous gent from time to time. So we got 8 minutes of this low speed, 25 mile per hour driving to go here. I don't believe the limit changes back to a lower speed until we actually get to the station. I think the next station is a 15 at Crowcombe, Heathfield. And I haven't checked. I think we stop at Stogumber too. Let's see. Yeah, we stop at Stogumber as well. I think it is all stops. At least to Dunster. Maybe not Minehead, but at least to Dunster. Technically we're losing time apparently. I don't like this. Okay, we are on an uphill gradient, 1 in 354, but it is not giving me a lot of leeway to apply throttle and maintain speed. So I'm trying to be very, very careful here and thread a needle here. We're now on a 1 in 80 uphill gradient, so that gives me a little more room to thread the needle. Unlike with steam engines, we can set up a specific amount of throttle we want in order to maintain speed, whereas steam engines, the regulator just keeps applying the steam and you have to pull it back in order to avoid applying too much. So we're going to try to find a butter zone here right now for the 1 in 80 gradient. I want to stop at about 18%, I believe, but I can't seem to hit there it is. And I seem to be slightly losing speed, which might be acceptable. Now I'm holding a 24.9. Maybe that'll work. Let's try to... Oh, I'm losing more. And my ETA is kind of holding at 20:07.25. So maybe this is tighter than advertised, than I thought it was going to be when advertised. We are about 2 miles away from the station. We have 5 minutes to get there. This should be doable. If you think about it, at 30 miles per hour you can cover a mile in 2 minutes. At 20 miles per hour you can cover a mile in 3 minutes. That's not mean 2.5 miles per hour get covered under a 25 mile per hour. That doesn't mean 2.5 miles get covered every minute. It just means that somewhere in between. And if you want to do the actual number, you have to do math, which I'm not going to do right now, even though I'm good at math. But 25 miles per hour, the good, easy way to put it is every 12 minutes you're going 5 miles. So it's a little over 2 minutes, and I want to say 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go a mile, I believe, at 25 miles per hour. 2 minutes and 24 seconds, I think, is what it comes down to. So there, I just did the math anyway. You're welcome. So that means this is definitely doable. We're on a 1 in 99 gradient. We're now gaining speed at a speed where we were losing a throttle where we were losing speed before. So I'm going to have to notch that down just a tad. I managed to do that. Somehow dropped only 1%. Very challenging task. I missed a whistle bar because I was concentrating on what was ahead. There's a 20 mile per hour speed restriction up ahead. That's going to make things tight. as we're still a mile from the station. But we have technically 2 minutes, 24 seconds, but we're going to have to add a little bit because of the 20 up ahead. So yeah, this is not going to be easy. We now know this is not going to be easy. We're back to a 1 in 81 gradient, so the percentages on throttle have been changed again on us. We know this downhill from Crowcombe, Heathfield, so we're going to have the brakes on more than the throttle in that case. We're going to try to find the butter zone for the brakes coming down those hills. Coming down those gradients, I should say. I seem to have found a spot where the movement is very, very slow on the speed right now, so I'm kind of holding at 25 at the moment. That's good. We're going to lower that speed as we get to the, did I blow for this? So we're going to lower that speed as we get to the 25 sign, or 20 sign up ahead. And I need to pull this back just a wee bit. I may or may not have done that. Yep, I did do that, but I'm going to have to lower it quite a bit in a moment. The distance signal shows that we are clear into the station, so that's good. I'm going to take the throttle off now. I'm going to let the speed drop as we approach the 20. I should be down in time, and I want to say just in time. So there we are. So we cross under the bridge, and we're going to be entering T20 now. Took a while to go into effect, I noticed. Okay, interesting. So we now have to get our stop made. We have a very small amount of time to do so. So I'm coming as fast as I can. I'm going to put the brakes on at a decent application rate. We're going to make our stop. So I want to stop now. I'm going a little faster than I intended to coming in, or at least going along the platform. I have a red right now. I cannot proceed past that signal anyway, so we have to stop. Whatever we have to do, we have to stop. Doors are open at Crowcombe, Heathfield, main platform. So, we're waiting here. We need to go to Stogumber at 2019, but we can't move yet. Why can't we move yet? There's a train that has, last I checked, not started moving at the time we got here. In fact, here it is right here. We're waiting for it to move. So that's what we're waiting on right now. If he doesn't move, we can't go anywhere. Simple as that. So we're going to be waiting here for a few minutes. Not much we can do. So we'll take another look at the train while we're waiting. So it looks like the train has now started moving. The Ravingham Hall has started coming towards us from milepost, I guess that's 173. So sooner or later it will be out of our way. We'll be heading to Stogumber to pick up some more passengers. So it is heading towards us down here. We are the Quantock Belle, as you may remember from the scenario introduction. So we're going to watch this Ravingham Hall come along as we wait at the station for it. Not much we can do. So we're going to keep an eye on this train as it comes along. leaving Crowcombe Heathfield at long last. I brought up the wrong HUD. We are now on our way to Stogumber. And now the timetable has indeed gotten very tight. We now have only 7 minutes to make this stop. It may prove a little beyond our capabilities. We'll find out. So I'm going to cut off the throttle for a moment because we're entering at 25, but we don't want to quite get to 20 yet, as there's a better chance of speeding. Now we'll start moving up to 25. I'm at 23 now, so I'm going to go ahead and let the throttle work itself up because I'm on a 1 in 106 downhill gradient. I need to apply a small brake application. Try to maintain enough braking power as we proceed here. I seem to be hitting the area where the brakes will have an effect. That's a distance signal for the other direction. I don't know why it's down. I'm working on finding that butter zone right now. I don't know where it is yet. I want me some butter. Oh, that's too much. $14 might be where I want to be. Nope. Still gaining way too much. Well, this is finicky, isn't it? 15 might... Yep, 15 is way too much. 14 is way too little. That's a good sign. So I'm going to have to just power through 15, it looks like. So small throttle application to power through the 15. So something like this, a 3% throttle with 15% brake on a 1 in 100 gradient will do the job. And I'm still losing speed. But a 4% throttle means I'll be gaining speed, which is probably what I want to do. So just a quick review of the rest of our itinerary. We know we're going to Stogumber next. We're going to continue then to Williton down platform 8 minutes later, so I don't think there's a train in the way for this one. We're going to continue to Watchet. There's a long wait for Watchet, so I don't know if it's just that long of a path. No, it's not that long. There's probably another train coming there. Then we have to go to Washford, another couple miles. Again, that seems like a long wait. We have Blue Acre, and then we have Minehead, and our service ends at 21:09, 9:09 in the evening. So we're going to be going in the evening on this service today. I did not blow for the foot crossing, so we're doing that there. Lowering my throttle just slightly now. We're still on a 1 in 100 gradient, so I don't have to worry about the brake power just yet. There's another whistle board. So we're going to blow for that. I'm not hitting the exact figure I want to here, which is extremely unfortunate. I'm trying to get 4%, but I keep bouncing around that. By the time I get it, I'm going to have to change it. There it is, finally. It's like, welcome to Lotto. Choose your throttle Lotto right now. 3, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7, 2, 11, 5. Never the one you want. You see Stogumber is coming up ahead. The gradient, I don't believe the gradient really smooths out that much until we actually get to Stogumber. That's going to be downhill again after Stogumber. So maybe asking me right now, Psych, is this doable? Yeah, it's doable. While we're on this slow, nothing to really talk about section, please, by the way, make sure to follow the channel, subscribe to the channel. That is, you can like the video to keep an eye out for more like this. You're also welcome to join the Discord server and make suggestions for things you want to see me play. Steam is now on the agenda, so pretty much everything is open as long as I own it. You're also welcome to buy me DLC if there's something specific you want me to play, and it's somehow not in my collection. Somehow not in my collection. Though if it's Steam, there is a possibility that it is not in my collection. I do have things like the Tornado and the Flying Scotsman, though. They are going to be coming up on the channel. In fact, I already gave a shot to the Great Western Mainline scenario with the Flying Scotsman. It didn't work out very well because I kept having my head out the window and not hearing the alerter, so the emergencies kept coming on. We have to play that a little differently if I want to do that. So I have a heavy brake application on for Stogumber right now. And that actually worked out very splendidly. I'm going to ease the brakes off quite a bit for an easy stop. And doors are open at Stogumber. Leaving Stogumber, our next stop is Williton down platform. And I've already had to redo this section a couple times because I've had some unwanted noises on the recording, so I had to redo them to get rid of them. So hopefully we don't have any unwanted noises this time, my iPad being one of them. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves up to speed quickly. As you noticed, I ran out of that station going at about 75% throttle, maybe just under that. I'm now hitting 24 miles per hour. I'm going to put on a 15% throttle, and now I'm going to go ahead and use the throttle to power my way through that 15% throttle. That's going to be the theme of this section, keeping the brake applied and using as minimal brakes, or as minimal speed as I can to get where I need to go in terms of my actual speed. So I'm trying to get a 2% throttle. But this is like playing throttle. This is like playing the lottery. You're trying to draw a ball, and you keep drawing 1 and 3 because those are the numbers that like to come up the most. So this is impossible to do. As you can see, I'm hitting 4. I'm hitting 0, 3, 0. There's the 2. Finally. And that's where I want to hold. Now I'm going to end up losing speed because I was playing around for too much. That's what's going to happen now. I don't know if I saw a whistleblower, but I haven't been able to pay attention. So we're gonna assume that we saw one somewhere. So I'm right around where I want to be. It does take 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go every mile here. So in the 2.5 miles we have to go, it should take about 5 minutes and a little bit more. But there is a speed limit change, I believe, before Williton, so it's actually going to add a little bit of time. So that 7 minutes is actually going to be closer than you think. 6 minutes at this point. I'm now losing speed. The gradient has shallowed to a 1 in 100. So we need to reapply some throttle in order to get to the speed we want to be at. And back to playing Throttle Lotto, trying to find a 4, which we just did. And that's actually a little too much now that I'm taking a closer look at it. So I'm going to drop that down to a 3. And that seems to be doing the job right now. We know that I know the next gradient change is going to be a much shallower one, so I don't mind if I'm at 25.5 right now, because I know I'm going to drop to 24 very quickly before I can actually respond with a proper speed increase or throttle increase. So in fact, now the speed is going down quite a bit, so we've reached that gradient change. So as you can see, I've applied a 16% throttle to try to counteract that. I seem to be holding at 25 for the moment, and we are on level ground. I didn't expect to nail 16 perfectly there, but I got it, so we're okay with that. I can go ahead and hold where I am now, except I'm now on a gradient again, so I can't hold anymore. So 7% seems like a good number to go by here for the moment. We are going to have another 1 in 91 coming up, however. And I'm now over 25, so that can actually be a little dangerous. I'm going to actually back it off a little. We haven't gained a lot of time off our ETA, only about 10 seconds, so not a lot of room to work with here on the actual expected arrival time. There's a 15 coming up at the station, as you can see. So right now, because we know the station's coming up, I'm not too concerned about maintaining a certain gradient on a certain speed. But I am going to try to hold the 2% for right now because I was able to nail that. So I'm going to try to stay at that for a little while here. And I'm probably going to have to take that off because I just went up to 25.6. The 5 is fighting with it, but the 6 is going to win. Especially because the gradient is increasing. So I'm taking the throttle off completely at this point. We're on a 1 in 84 at this stage. And I'm just going to go ahead and let the brakes stay on with no additional throttle applications. We have a green signal on the advanced warning signal, so we are clear into Williton Station. We have a 15 limit entering the platform. Not a 20, a 15. Both of those apply at different stations, so keep that in mind. We're now on a 1 in 99 gradient, so I'm going to reapply a little bit of throttle for a moment to maintain speed as much as I can. With this being classified as a heritage railway, you can't go beyond 25 miles per hour. Can you imagine if we get a DMU on this service? You'd be done in 5 minutes. We're going to put a large brake application on at this point to get our speed closer to 50. I've lowered the brake application so we can maintain a little speed, but I'm going to have to get it down now. We're down at 15. We're moving the brakes back to a... Oh, nope. Keep them on. There we go. That'll work. So we are green into the station. We're going to try to come to a stop appropriately because I believe we're going to have a signal. We have a lot of time for the stop, actually, so I'm going to put the little brakes on now. I think we're going to have a red at the end of the station platform. We're going to see as we get closer. I can't tell yet, but I've removed the brakes completely for a moment. And zooming in, no, we're green. We have a red later on, but we have a green at the end of the platform. So we do have a red for the junction, but a green for the end of the platform. That's what we have. So there is a train coming. Good to know. We have to do more rail fanning ourselves. Okay, that'll do. We're not going to get the entire train in, so this will have to work. I should have gone a little further because it is a double engine. There's no passengers on this front cab, but what can you do? Arrival at Williton. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I am going to wrap part 1 here. I almost forgot to because of the oncoming train. Make sure you do come back for part 2, and we are going to continue the drive to Minehead from where we are right now. And we're going to see what happens on the other half of this journey. Is it going to be as tight a timetable? Is it going to be loose and carefree? We're going to find out next time. See you for that. I'm Cycling. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever time it is for you. And stay tuned for part 2, either later today or tomorrow. We'll see when it happens. I'm Cycling. Bye-bye.